So I talked about contingencies and I talked about when things go wrong and things go really wrong. And I don't care if you're a large organization or you're Mighty Mouse like you and your group, or you have a whole army behind you, all hands on deck. Share with us your experience when you had lost a hotel that was in breach of contract, and connect the power of community and that whole connectivity of reaching out beyond one's own network and ability, not just for help, oh my God, I'm in trouble, but leveraging that and really becoming more than who you are alone.
Well, I will say, first of all, as a meeting professional, things are never going to go as we plan them. You're always going to have something that happens and you're going to have to fix it. And so it's just being cool, calm, and collected and trying to come up with a quick, fast response to it, because that's our job on site to handle all those. And I've had situations where speakers cancel at the last minute and trying to fill those holes. But specifically to this example, so when I started my current job with Financial Services Institute 12 years ago, first week on the job, our annual, it's end of September. Our annual is...
I'm not good at math, but from what I understand, that's the first 7 days of being on a job. Okay.
Yeah. Our annual's in January and registration's open. People are making hotel and travel arrangements. And I get a call that the hotel is breaching our contract. And so they're not offering any solutions. They're not offering to help me relocate this meeting to somewhere else. And
one of their sister properties, or
exactly. And in all of my entire career, I've never had this happen. Granted, we've seen a lot of this since COVID, where contracts are just... But so this is the first time I ever had a contract that was breached. And I couldn't believe that they were doing this. I go to my boss and I said, okay, I don't know what to do. The hotel just contacted us. They're not willing to help us. And he's like, oh, just find another hotel in a warm location in January that can fit all of our breakouts. And we have like 6 breakouts, at a time that can accommodate our exhibits and general session. That's in one building.
Right. That's easy to get to. And,
and you can do that. And so again, just not realizing, I think a lot of times we make our jobs look real easy and, oh, you can do this, even though it's my first week on the job. There was nothing wrong with our contract. It was well written. That wasn't the issue. The issue was that the convention center in the city couldn't book business because all the hotels around the convention center were full. And so they decided that they were willing to pay all the penalties and fees to move us so that they could put business into the center.
Right.
So I'm stuck. They're not willing to help me. I immediately reach out to all my network, all the people I've met through MPI, all the people I've met over the years through all, I had just announced I'm in a new job. I'm like, hey, I need help. And so luckily, San Diego at that small time of a period had a hole that perfectly fit our meeting. They had a citywide going on at the time. So they had a hotel that had all this meeting space because everyone was in the center, and they had the exact amount of sleeping rooms that we were looking for. We had the highest attendance at that event. So I am so thankful, like you said, that I was able to reach out to my contacts. Everyone was trying to help me. And if I hadn't had, those relationships, I probably would be out of a job.
Yeah.
So, relationships matter. They really matter.
Relationships matter on that end of it. Not that anybody wants to be a heavy or a hard, tough guy. We're going to threaten you, but relationships matter on the other side. You reached out to your relationships, and I always say people want to help. Yeah. People want to help. I travel a lot. We're in a multilingual family. Some people are more facile on one language than the other, and there's a little bit of an embarrassment. And I say, open your mouth
Mhm.
and people will help. They
Yep.
want to. And I really mean that. People are willing and ready and able to help. So I
And you
just
don't
appreciate.
know if you don't ask, you know, at least
That's
ask.
right. That's
Right.
right. And you never know who you're talking to
Right.
either.
Right.
That to your point,
Mhm.
ask, because you don't know. You think you know this person, and then they open up a whole new world about themselves. Oh my God, I used to work at the convention center in San
Right.
Antonio. Let me call,
Yeah.
my former
Exactly.
and it's like you didn't even know that about them. So
Mhm.
I just wanted you to share that because it just demonstrates the power of community, the power of asking, reaching out, and as you said, solving problems. I hear we have athletes on, we have former F-16 fighter pilots, and they talk about breakdowns and chaos. And the common thread is things happen, guaranteed. It's called
Yep.
life, being human. And then we resolve problems. I've had tennis players on, they talk about being on the court at the US Open. They have problems to solve. They're hitting aces against me. I need to solve that. You
Right.
have a speaker cancel. I need to solve
Mhm.
that. Not the same details, but still requires that same, like you said, stay calm, look for ideas, reach out to your community, get your resources, and deploy something. So it's just a really rich example of how the power of community works.